Happy Fading Suns Day. It's been a good Fading Suns week. We made the announcement about the Steam launch coming this Friday. A lot of you tuned in. That video's been getting good views. Seen some other great streams of the game recently. Das Tactic had a lovely one on his channel. Check it out. A lot of good insights. Always appreciate watching other people play the game. And I try to keep my mouth shut so you don't see me in the chat until near the end. Because I want to see them, how they play the game without me giving input. And it's always things that I think are intuitive and second nature and might have been that way in the 90s. Yeah, it's always interesting seeing people play it and loving it and figuring it out along the way. That's always, for me, one of the best parts about games is figuring them out, the puzzle of the game. All right, yes, it has been a caffeinated beverage weekend. It's been a very busy weekend. But so you might see me drinking a caffeinated beverage on stream. I'll try not to do product placement, except for Moonshine Atlanta. No, anyway. So, let's see. Where were we with Alexius's attempt to become emperor? As I remember, he had declared to become emperor. Whoops, let's fix some volumes here. Why are we not getting music? I know why we're not getting music. All right. Yeah, let's get this working. Okay, lots of announcements. Plague. I guess I hadn't ended the turn and gone on. I thought I had. Still having that energy crisis we talked about before. Thanks all of you for joining. I hope you're looking forward to the build. Yeah, I thought I answered all this and we did the vote. Did I not save the game last time? I am going to be horribly embarrassed if I did not save the game last time. I did not. The sneak attack hasn't happened. How did I not save the game last time? No! That's crazy. I'm sure I saved the game. Holy cow. Huh. One of the interesting things now is that Emperor of the Fading Suns now saves the games in your documents folder. So I can actually take a quick look and see where my saves were. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, this save is from 3:16. Oh my goodness. I did not save that game. But I might have auto-saved it. We're about to find out. Wow, so 326, that's right. 326, because we did a midweek game. Hey, D100. He also streamed, Jud100 streamed it in Linux, streamed this game in Linux. So yeah, it does look so good. Imperialis, but been going back and forth between my GOG version and the demo. Really nice job with the upscaling. You really notice when you click on the planet maps. Thanks, Imperialis. Also, note that in the INI file, you now have even more graphic options to change from. So, lots of fun stuff in there. All right, so apparently, I have an autosave from last week, but I didn't actually save the game. How in the world did that happen? All right. That's one of the new improvements is the fact that now it saves into your documents folder. So I've got it there. And we will try it and see where we have the game now. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see here. That would be this one. Hawkwood, March 26th save. All right, let's see here. All right, so we got to go back into research. I'm sure I was researching something. And yes, you will hear a cat, a space cat, House Decatos in the background, trying to get involved. Imperialist says, at least you can save. I probably played the first 4 turns 2 or 3 times for each house since he dropped the latest demo yesterday. That's right. Check out the new demo. Launched it on in Steam. But yes, you cannot save the demo. It only goes for 20 turns. But Imperialis, I'm glad you're having fun with it. And Don Snaw says, yay for autosaves. Exactly. How embarrassing. All right, let's just do wetware and keep going. Everybody in the wetware. So many cool things. I did not go that route this time, but that's a great route for getting a leg up on the opponent. Oh, yeah, I remember this now. I had indeed researched all these things. All right, Space Destroyer, we're researching you now. All right, so at least now we've seen the fight with the al-Malik here. I know what we lost. We've lost something. All right, yes, we will be drinking caffeinated beverages during this stream. All right, not building anything else in here right now because I need folks to be able to land in that fort. Space torpedo bomber on Kish. I guess let's do another fighter. Space fighters are always useful to have on hand. Shield engineer. Let's keep doing engineers. Starport has a starbase. That's cool. Let's get a fighter in it. Space fighter. Engineer on Shaproot in the factory. Let's go and do a plane in that factory, shall we? Let's get a atmosphere fighter. Woo, zip around the planet. Defend. Engineer on Shaproot. Let's do another engineer. Good old Shaproot. Militia Legion. Let's do another engineer. Engineer on Ravenna. Probably building a hospital. Yeah, that's right. I remember this conversation before. Decatos. EBM says Cat House Decatos always has their paws in some scheme or another, getting their claws and everything. And Don Snow talking about the caffeinated beverages of the weekend. Got his coffee going. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've done a bunch of coffee. Yeah, definitely caffeinated. I've done a bunch of coffee already this morning, so toning it down a little bit. It's been a busy weekend. All right, another engineer. No, not building another engineer. This place is plagued. Artillery on Ravenna. I think we're good. We should have enough to go into that ruins as the reinforcements come back from having defeated the rebellion. Same here. Should have some good units coming. Engineer on Ravenna. Another hospital will be built. Engineer on Ravenna. Another hospital will be built. Artillery on Ravenna. I don't think we need anything else there. Medium tank on Ravenna will become an assault tank. Those are so cool. Starport, Starbase on Delphi. Yay! Another space fighter. Officer Corps on Aragon. I love my officer corps. 20 electronics? Sure, let's build another one. Militia Legion on Aragon. I should probably build an engineer and start tearing up those chemical plants. They're eating all my energy. Militia Legion on Aragon. I should have built it there. Then engineer there. That'll be all good. Yep. Yay, that engineer in Aragon is going to go build me a big well. Lots more in taxes. Unit pay reduced. Tithe collection. Plague on Ravenna. Here was that their first sneak attack against me, and then I responded. Oh yeah, here we go. This was the big one. This was the big one. And they did some damage. I was very worried for that noble, but survived, thankfully. Oh yeah, and then they did some bombarding. Didn't do very well. This is the assault tanks. I've got some nice armor, even against dreadnoughts. And this is the Imperial fleets coming after me. Oh yeah, I remember how this turn went. I'm going to have to redo this whole turn, but say la vie, better than having to redo a whole bunch of different turns and do my Emperor vote yet again. Yep, they were trying to get that assault tank. Yes, Val. There was the vote. 25 votes in my favor. I just got to go for 10 more turns. Now, something some folks have commented on is we're not flashing the screen when these announcements come up. So that was actually a new announcement for the last, but you couldn't tell. You just have to remember to next on through these. See, now it changes. I'm just hitting N to go through them. So you have to remember that. I probably should have had a flashing thing there. Yay, House Staccatos. Well, we'll definitely take your bribe. All right. So, I remember last time we started shooting at their PTS guns. They got a PTS gun in that stack and in that stack. I'm going to shoot at this one because outside of the fort, I'm getting a do-over on my turn. I never do that. I purposely never reload old turns to amend my mistakes. I figure my mistakes are part of the fun of the game and the story that you create. But in this case, last time, I shot this place from orbit and did almost nothing. But that's because I was attacking a fort. But they've got a PTS gun there, which is what I should be attacking. So let's shoot it. See? Alexius used some sort of magical relic to go back in time. That's what I'm saying. Hey, a whole bunch of you in the chat already. Love seeing this. All kinds of good folks here today. Have you been watching any of the other streams? Das Tactic was great. D100 certainly was great. If there are other streamers you think should be doing it, let us know. If you'd like to stream the game, let us know. Imperialis! Nice to see I'm not the only one who has ended up in a potential death spiral due to building too many secondary resource buildings. In my case, it was Ceram Steel. The balancing issue. See, I love these juicy choices. What do you do with your resources? And again, I built with the idea that the League would keep supplying me. And then when they declared Third Republic, bam, whole new game. Yeah, I love all the chips and turns. You can have great plans, great strategies, and the AI will interrupt you in any way it can. All right, anyway, let's shoot. Wow, that's a big old stack there. Woohoo, we're going to take that one out next shot. I bet I can do it with just one dreadnought. Let's do it with the uninjured dreadnought. Let's see here. Yep, took out one PTS gun. Now both of my dreadnoughts have taken a little damage, but now we can shoot that other PTS gun in the fort and do a lot less damage, see? And we still have one to shoot at it. Wow, that was not good. See, that's the trouble shooting PTS guns in forts. He moved his PTS gun out, and there are a number of reasons to do that. People talk about the PTS gun strategy, because PTS guns are back row stuff. And so they can actually soak up damage you normally go against your noble, which secretly is part of why you find them in these Byzantium Secundus forts. They help protect your noble as well as protecting against somebody just bombarding you like mad. The idea, yeah, the noble is definitely going to be right by those PTS guns when the shells start raining down from orbit. So, anyway, we've probably got to move against the al-Malik, because I'm sure there's more stuff in that fort. We know this. We saw that stack a minute ago. Lots of stuff in here. So, yeah, we've got to get moving. We got to be doing... Wait! And I'm hurting you all because I have not turned on the music. Let me know how it's sounding. It was too loud. I love that new slider. We didn't used to have that slider. That was a great addition for this version as well. So yeah, let me know how it sounds now with that music on. If it's overpowering my voice, maybe I'll knock it down one notch just to be safe. What do you all think? There we go. All right. Okay. So, anyway, so we've got this lovely stack here. I should have built an officer fort so I keep my noble in here and not risk him. I really want to send this stack out. This is great, having the Ducados here. And I'm not allied with the Ducados, but I'm also not at war with the Ducados. So I'm only at war with the al-Malik and the Hazard. Wow, the Hazard are at war with everybody, but the Ducados are the peace lovers in this game. What the hey? Those Prince Hiram bribes to keep everyone as friends. So yeah, they're at peace with everybody. That's amazing. Hazard, of course, war with everybody but them. So anyway, I'm at peace with the Ducados, so unless someone wants to come me this route, they'll have to go through that Ducados fort, and I don't think anyone's going to do that. So I need to be ready to go after there. But I'm not going to move these yet, because I think I've got stuff in orbit, don't I? I've got one one thing with artillery in it. That's not enough. I tell you what, I'm going to move one of my dervishes out of the fort to do some scouting. Look at all those new units we saw. Holy cow. Yep. And we saw when I did that fight here, if you remember, I thought in previous versions of the game, artillery tore up spies. It didn't do nearly as much. Those spies were very good at avoiding it. That was not as good an effort as I thought it would be. All right, let's drop down this artillery that I was coming because thank goodness that was an armored freighter instead of just a regular freighter. Probably take you to Criticorum. There should be some troops on Criticorum. Take you. Oh, Tethys, absolutely. I know I got troops on Tethys to be moving around. Ah! Haven't picked him up yet. Come get him. Drop my assault lander down. Finally, getting the last of my relics off this planet. The Stigmata. Stack spot bonus. That's a good one to have in space because sometimes there are those hidden symbiote units. Oh, you don't hear any music. Very, very faint. Thank you. Let me adjust it back up then. Let me know if that's any better, okay? Appreciate you letting me know, Litar, sorry. All right, let's see. So, got this big force over. That's right. We got the traffic jam over Istakar. We don't want to just land our bulk hauler with these units. Oh man, we got to redo all the bombardments we did last time around. I remember what we did. All right, all three of you. That's right. We discovered a whole bunch of their PTS guns by bombarding. That's exactly right. And then that's it. So we used a cruiser. Now let's use a dreadnought for this. We use a dreadnought to try and locate their PTS guns. So we know we want to land here and then march down to their palace. Let's shoot the mine. Oh, that's right. We had that massive bombardment bonus. All right, there's nothing in there. But now we know where there are 2, nay 3 PTS guns. So now, perfect. We want to kill that one as quickly as we can. There are 2 of them there. And with that bombardment bonus, let's go ahead and hit it. Yeah, beauty-muss. All right. And now we'll use these 2. Let's use these 3. So we saw that there was one up here. Let's shoot that one. Got it. Getting another response. PTS gun scouting. Where's that PTS gun? Okay, that one's way up here, so we don't care about it. So we want to make sure now that we can land. Oh, we got this one here. Look at that. Yeah, we should probably try and kill that one. Yeah. See if we can take it out with those 2. Those bonuses are the bomb. We revealed another couple PTS guns. Oh boy, there's a lot of PTS guns. And that's smart for the AI to do it. Just keep me from doing this. Dread the dreadnoughts when they've got those holy relics. So where do we find all these new ones? Oh, they're in buildings, aren't they? They are no doubt. Oh my goodness, no, they're here. Look at that. They don't have them under their shield. Usually, I mean, my own player strategy is I like to have PTS guns under shield so you can't take them. And if you look at what I did on one of my planets, was it Alon? I think. No, Criticorum maybe. Somewhere out here. Yeah. So you see, PTS guns under the shields, but also a PTS gun under here that can defend some of my major fiefs. And you notice they're around the wells, because I need my energy, right? So, over here on Istakar, The AI has them, but they don't have any under the shields. I didn't get any response from under the shields. So what I need to do is kill these before they get under the shield. So this is a little iffy. I don't know how many PTS guns I might suddenly arouse by doing this, but we're going to find out. We're going to find out. We're going to try and take out these two. All right, we took them out. We knew about that one. Here's the 3 we knew about. All right, that was it. Okay, so cool. So yeah, I mean, obviously those PTS guns are a real threat to my assault landers and bulk haulers I'm going to use to do that assault. So that was useful to find them. And he's got one hidden over here too. Look at that PTS gun. Man, the al-Malik invested in their PTS guns. That is for sure. So, all right, so we know we're moving our stealth ship away. I'll go down to Malignatius, see what's happening there. Have we been to Malignatius this game? Yeah. Yep. Oh, we know there's a ruins. We should have gone there. Yeah, let's send you to Malignatius just cause. Oh, we should not have gone to Malignatius. We knew that! We knew there were symbiotes over Malignatius. We encountered them ourselves. All right. Bye-bye stealth ship. Vow and symbiotes. Not much of a Vow fleet there, but there's a heck of a symbiote fleet, ain't there? Well, I could suddenly move all my star bases over here. Yeah, that's a good, good little symbiote fleet. If I wasn't having to deal with the al-Malik, I would be dealing with them. It's PTS guns all the way down, says Litar. Exactly. Like turtles. Alright, so over here, we have got my carrier. My carrier is going to attack the al-Malik fighters. Should do this one pretty easily. Yep, that was a nothing fight. They came out of hiding. I had 4 of them. Mine were probably better ships. Oh, yeah, I had an Archangel in that. Yeah. That was not a problem. Oh, mine were all fighters. Fighter on fighter action. Excellent. Oh, that's right. That was right. That was our first all-space fighter action. We'll call that midway of the Emperor Wars. Alright, so now I'm going to do something. Again, I don't usually reload games, but since I did, I'm going to do something different than what I did last time. I'm not taking Alexius to Istakar. I should. It would make that attack go a lot easier. But I'm worried about losing my noble on Byzantium Secundus. Remember, I only have 2 nobles, and I need to be on Byzantium Secundus to win the game. So guess where Alexius is going? That's right. Oh, man, I just figured out something I should build. No, can't do it yet. Can't do it yet. Later. Secret. Not revealing what I was saying. All right, so I'm not going to go to the Stigmata garrison yet. I've got all this force. I need to bring assault landers to Istakar, so these 2 are coming. I'm going to leave my carrier over Alon, specifically to see what al-Malik ships might pop up. All right, so now the Stigmata force. What? So I don't have much more space. I've only got 5 more here. That's right, we were going to bring our hidden stuff. Our Rangers. Rangers lead the way. So what relics do I have? Do I want any of these Stigmata relics? Spot stack bonus, leave that in space. Knowledge bonus, I need to get that somewhere where there's a lab. Church diplomacy relic, don't need that on the attacks. Stack camo bonus, that's the one I wanted. I think I'm going to bring the Rangers first and bring the stack camo bonus next turn. But there's another thing I can do now that I think about it. Alright, let's bring you to Istakar to land next turn. And over here, let's transfer this tornado into the bulk hauler. So I've got this armored freighter with the stack camo bonus. And let's haul that stack camo bonus with the freighter here. Now we've got a full stack of 20. I can't move anything else here. But that's a good assault team. This is the kind of team you want to lead the way. Rangers, dervishes, an officer with some good holy relics. The one that made... I don't know if I want to land the holy relics. They were bombardment. Crazy, baby. If you have a chance, asked Imperialis, could you explain some of the highlight changes when it comes to the religious sectarian system? Absolutely. And it's easier if I'd been doing that in the mod. Maybe I'll pull up some of the mod files at the end of this stream. Oh goodness, we're 3:30 already. Still recreating my last turn. Because you can look at this if you have the demo. Go to the DAT folder and open up sect.dat. And you can see all the different changes that you can have based on the sects themselves. So what you've seen in this game, and the way it diverged immediately from the classic Fading Suns lore, is that this Prince Alexius converted to the Eschatonic Order, whereas in the official Fading Suns, Prince Alexius and then Emperor Alexius has been a visible adherent to the Orthodoxy. He has followed the Orthodox path. Nothing radical on the religious side, despite what some people might say about the Order of the Reborn Sun sect that has come about. He himself, in public, has been very much an Orthodox. In this game, we went Eschatonic right from the bat. Orthodoxy offers a lot of bonuses, especially in keeping rebellions from happening. We've had a lot of rebellions, as you might notice. Good in combat, all that kind of stuff. The Eschatonics, definitely out there. Inquisitive, better spotting, better investigation of ruins, all that kind of stuff. So I really focused on that for this game. I could have gone the Brother Battle way and just been pure military. Vestites have a great mix of things. Almathaean, really powerful healing bonuses. I mean, you land your forces. You saw how I have that one relic bonus on Aragon, keeping my forces alive there. Imagine that like on every planet. It's just a huge benefit. A lot less fear of plague, too. The Almathaean, converting that way is a good way if you want to explore a lot of alien ruins and worry about plague in them. All right, anyway, so the sect stuff. Yeah, so you can change to the sects. That can impact rebellions. Obviously, if you've made the church officially eschatonic and all the believers are Orthodox, you got some problems. Can impact the tithe skim. Definitely impacts all your people. I mean, but you do have these mixed stacks. So let's take a quick look over Istakar. Mostly it should be eschatonic. Eschatonic, Almathaean. Eschatonic, 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 eschatonic. A Vestite cruiser, eschatonic. Almathaean, eschatonic, eschatonic. Almathaean. Interesting. Very little orthodoxy in my stacks. Let's see what it's looking like. Shaproot's my most recently conquered land. So let's see what we have here. These are all from other planets, so these are all going to be eschatonic pretty much. Yeah, Almathaean. I have very little orthodoxy. Now, having mixed units could be an issue, but not so much here. So we changed this sect in a deal with the church to eschatonic. I think it was a Vestite when we first landed or something like that. So yeah, that risks causing more rebellions when you force a new religion on people. Let's see. Does that kind of answer your questions, Imperialis? I mean, there is more to it, but that is a lot of it right there. All right. Where was I going? Man, I'd done all this building last turn. I always hate redoing a turn. That's why I don't redo turns. Not to not cheat, but because it's such a pain to redo what I've done before. I mean, it's fun to do in this game, thankfully. But would rather not be doing it. Alright. Going up to build more energy. Oh, some folks have asked about UI from it. So you can move. You see how I'll often click to move? You can also move with the arrow keys. Whoops, that moves the screen. I have a number pad. Yeah, so that was a number key. I moved with the number key that time. The number pad. Yeah, number keys themselves don't do it. So I can click and move, or I can use the number keys to do it as well. Sorry, no WASD because those connect to other hotkeys. Yeah, this Believe it or not, this game came out before WASD was the requirement for how everything moved. Probably redo that now if we launch the game initially now, but too much of that is built in now. Baked in, as it were. Alright. He's moved. My big stack now looking to go off planet if I don't find another ruin. We'll come back to you in case we do find another ruin. I don't remember if we found another ruin or not. I don't think we did. Okay. Are you going for trace or for energy? Oh, I've already got the trace. Oh, I'm going for that diamonds. That gem mine over there. That gem mine. Probably right on the gem mine is best. Yep. Right on the gem mine. So yes, using the number pad for most of my movement. You folks will just sit here and wait to get picked up or wait to find a ruin. No ruins around here. Hope I'm building an engineer here. Yes, I am. Put that one in garrison duty. So I'm just zipping through the desert in my little scout tank. No ruins here. No ruins here. No ruins here. What were you going to do? Food? Oh, you got some good food over there. But oh, yeah. Everybody needs to do energy. 76 energy. Well, I think I know where you're going. All right. Ha! There's the ruin. If I kept building that road, we could have a road to ruin pretty quickly. Very cool. Thanks, Emperor Alex. Glad I could help on that. Glad I could help. All right. I planned, I think, for this one to go ahead and start harvesting those gems. I think I really would like to... Oh man, look how much food I would get. Hurdle spot. What am I doing on food? Harvesting 4867. Alright, still doing alright. But man, look how much metal I'm sitting on. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Yeah. I tell you what, I'm going to have this one go up and help build that road to ruin. Alright, nice little force here sitting in the starport. Oh, that's the palace. I need a starport! That's what I should have been building, a starport. Shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Okay. What'll I carry off planet? Those morph dive bombers have been awesome. And you know what? All this air power would be really helpful on Istakar. So let's do that. Banshees. All the Banshee 2s. These are the good ones. Man, look at that. Armor 94, agility 10. Woo! Yeah, yep. These are the bombers, some morph dive bombers. They are the stuff. Take you to Stigmata. Move you to Istakar quickly. Let's leave all these in the palace. Alright, garrisoning the well. Here's that stigmata force. I have just a cruiser? Yeah, I've got just a cruiser. Let's have that shoot. Wow. How did I not win that fight? Raider put up a valiant effort there. Now, I've mentioned this before. I'm not going to bombard the Stigmata garrison. Alexius will not do that, even if it's being held by the corrupt al-Malik, the corrupt and sinister al-Malik. Emperor Allah, speaking of movement using the numpad, is there a list of all the hotkeys anywhere? Old manual wasn't any help, but I might want to try and cobble together a control scheme for the deck. All right, good point. Good point. Write that down right now. List of hotkeys. That should be out there. You are quite right. All right, thanks. Good call. I'll hope to get something up before the game officially launches. So, all right. Let's see here. Who was I on? I was on all these folks. Yep, not gonna bombard Stigmata. And they can't jump to Istakar. So right now, I'm just gonna leave all of these right here as part of the traffic jam. Yeah, this is one of the issues on the game, intelligent logistics. And I talked about this before. We talked about the invasion of Normandy. Part of the reason it slowed down wasn't just German opposition, but just the issue of getting hundreds of thousands of troops, their food, their equipment, etc. on planets. So the idea of using the jump gates as choke points means you have to take that into consideration. So, and when you play, if you really want this on a challenging mode, play with Universal Warehouse off, where you've got to ship the food along with the units, or you have famine going on. It becomes a whole lot more interesting. One of these slots in the bulk hauler has to be holding a big thing of food. All right. So we're skipping all of these units. Skipping the starbase over Kish. You have done your duty here, carrier. We're going to sit there and ambush more who come through. Criticorum has this lovely set of starbases. Yep. Not landing the Istakar troops yet until we get everybody ready to land next turn. Leaving a stealth ship over Pentateuch. Pickets there. Tethys. Let's wait till we do the Tethys ground game. Same with Aragon. Wait on all of those. And I've got a cool bombarding force. So let's wait on those, see what we'll be bombarding. Kish has another fighter to go into. Oh, that was a dive bomber. Yeah, the Prophet. That goes into the starbase. You were waiting to get picked up on Kish. You're waiting for that engineer. Engineer is coming your way. Slowly. This engineer. I know I had something cool to do with them. Now I no longer remember. Cycle back. Officer on the move. Starbase on Pentateuch. Yay! Now we can move that that stealth ship. Who wants the stealth ship to go to Holy Terra? I do. Let's go take a look at Holy Terra. Big old. Look at those. Anyone recognize what these continents might look like? I don't know. I have no idea what planet this might be. Good old Holy Terra. The big church outcropping here. Important fief right there. Alright. Anyway. What was I doing on Pentateuch with this guy? Oh, yeah. Getting rid of my chemical factories. That's what it was. Raising the chemical factories. Raise city. My freaking plague guy. What a mess. What a mess. I can appreciate the folks on Ravenna rebelling against me since I wasn't dealing with that plague like I should have. Oh, I built that hospital too close to the farm. I don't want to risk if this gets plagued. I don't want that to get plagued. All right, you all are waiting for pickup. Oh, one of the neat things Staff Tactic talked about, hey, Leonard, greetings, was how do you deselect and look around? And I'm so used to this from the 90s. Yeah, right-click somewhere, and I can just look around and do stuff. I can just cycle through my folks and see who there are. I can select on somebody else's units and go around. I forget. Yeah, modern stuff, you deselect your unit. Oh, well. All right, another hospital. Another hospital. Let's get all these hospitals a building, shall we? Hospital at the crossroads. Yep, hospital. And a hospital next to the palace, shall we? I never built a starbase here? Oh yeah, the starbase is somewhere else, I think. Leonard, have you already wishlisted Emperor of the Fading Suns on Steam? Alright, all of you folks are heading towards the mine. Explore those ruins next turn or some future turn anyway. Let's see. Yeah, move all of you down. Make it easier if you get transported. You're just going to sit in the factory, though, and heal up. 6 PTS guns. Oh, wait, I got... Oh, yeah. He's not empty. He's got a long haul. Alright, Delphi gets another starbase. Alright, what the heck was I doing with this guy in Delphi? I guess I was taking out chemical plants. Of course I was. Alright. Put you all in the fort just cause. Guess you were still doing some scouting on Tethys. Okay, so we don't have anybody there anymore. You were going to pick them up. I don't know what you're doing now. Aha! Troops over there. Oh yeah, good force already. I already did this. Watch, now I'm going to find a plague bomb, aren't I? Here we go. Symbiotes. Fighting symbiotes. Oh man, they took out my officer and my power legion. Nasty. Nasty, nasty. Oh, ho, ho! Look what we found. A singularity, but more importantly... 2 dreadnoughts and a destroyer. Holy cow, those symbiotes were sitting on some goodies. Leonard, I got the game on GOG too, but I'm not sure which version is better. They'll be pretty much the same. Like I said, save games work back and forth between them. So, you'll enjoy them all. Wow, look at all this stuff. All right, let's get these ships up into space. Ah, reinforcements for Byzantium Secundus. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. Look at all these tank killers. Holy cow. Alright, well first we need to get stuff out as well, because we We got too much stuff now. All right, so that's the plague prevention one. That's the one to use on alien ruins. Is there another ruin I was planning on doing on this planet? Not that I know of. So we got to get that off planet. But we want to take stuff to Byzantium Secundus. So what are the main things we want here? Take to Byzantium Secundus. Probably the dragonfly and the griffin, but they're damaged. Dervishes. Take more dervishes. Sure. We'll start with the dervishes. Give everyone else time to heal. Alright, look at that. So, got all this stuff now in the well. Alright, first of all, gunship and atmosphere fighter. You're moving into the factory for better healing. We want folks to get picked up. So maybe we'll move these new tank killers around to the factory. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of stuff now. Singularity, we'll put that in the factory. Oops. Singularity goes to the factory. Tracker. Do I have any more tracking to do up here? Yeah, way over there. Way over here. Not much still to scout out, but might as well at least scout what we can scout. You know my hatred of fog of war. That's why I put it in games, just so I can make war on it. Symbiote's always hoarding the good stuff, says EBM. That's our entire fleet just waiting. Let's hope it's not corrupted. All of you, I think, will sit in the well and heal. All of you guys will go to that factory. Yeah. Alright. I want to do one more thing at that planet before I forget. I was on Tethys. I know I've got a starport. What am I building there? Let's build a bulk hauler or a freighter or a saltlander. We want to get those troops off this planet quickly. Let's do a saltlander. Okay. Now then. Fusorium, heavily defended. Farm, heavily defended. Electronics, not as heavily defended. And less defense as we get into the what's left of the Hazat underbelly. So I'd definitely like to take the Fusorium. Even though that'll continue to require energy. And do I have engineer? Yeah, I've got an engineer over here tearing up the old chemical plant, so that's good. Ray City. All right. How much chemical do I have in this? Not much. Combine them anyway. I can combine them up to 999. So you can bring 999 food with you when you attack a new planet. It's often a good idea to do so, but hope that freighter doesn't get lost. Alright, I think we're going after the Fusorium first, so let's do some shelling from orbit. What do we have up here now? These guys. Not that much. Do it again. Softened up. We're still going to take some damage going after that. We'll hold off on those last bombardment abilities. Alright, we got troops here, troops here, troops here. Nobody left the mine, nobody left the mine. So lab, big bunch. Those guys. There's my main force. Alright, so let's move other troops down to here. Oh, heavy tank killers. Definitely want that artillery. Still have room for 2 more. I guess 2 more of these anti-tank guns. Do we have stuff up here? No, AA. There's no air in there, so no reason to bring them. Alright, good group. Should have the officer, but that officer can't make it over here, so attack. Normal. We'll wipe them out. We might take a little damage, maybe to our air units. Oh no, we've taken out most of the AA, so yeah. They'll take some damage, but none of the air units should get shot down. He said, hopefully. Uh-oh. Yeah, the air units did take some damage, though, didn't they? And you see that AA gun had nowhere to retreat, so it just poofed out of existence. Okay, so now then. We know we're not going to attack with this unit again. We should probably take this gunship out of the fight, too. Move them into the electronics. Build another engineer here just to tear things apart. Raise cities. Alright. So now we got that electronics. Oh, there really isn't much in that electronics. I don't think I'll waste my last orbital bombardment on it. How are we doing over here? That farm's a bit of a mess. That well is not much. We need to take that well quickly, so. Wow, is that all the Hazat left on this planet? That's it! Wow, look at that. Battle mode. Not sure if it's upscaling or something else, but the demo boots to a higher resolution. Sorry, I missed a bunch of comments. The map, the graphics look to be clearer. Is this part of the new update, Andrew, or are you upscaling it somehow? I got the game on GOG too, but I'm not sure which version is better. Again, the new version will be on GOG, so this will be what you will see on GOG. EBM, Symbios. How did I miss Battle Mode's comment? I'm sorry. Battle Mode, not sure if it's upscaling or something else, but the demo boots to a higher resolution. So, we have given more graphic options in the INI file than what is currently available. So if you look in the demo, you'll see what's available. You can play around with it, vertical scaling and so forth. So check it out. Yes, this does look better than the current GOG version. I absolutely agree, but you can change the versions around quite a bit yourself, and I would recommend doing so. So Battle Mode, good seeing you here. What kind of good things have you been up to? Alright, so very little left on Aragon. Sorry, I was getting so excited about wiping out the Hazat off this planet. I wasn't paying attention to the chat. Should probably hit that. Maybe I should hit that. Yeah, we got a great stack here to get that farm. Let's move up a dervish. Just to see what I've not seen in that farm. Yeah, there's more stuff in that farm, isn't there? Not much. Alright, farm. Or farm. I'm not going to go for this farm. That'll probably be the last thing I take will be this farm. Really good one. Look at all the fertile area around it. A lot of good fisheries. I don't think I need to bombard that electronics. Yeah, let's bombard that farm right there. Alright. The last of my bombarding power. Let's hit that. Ooh, Exotica farm. Oh, wow, that was pretty useless. Like I said, this officer couldn't make it into this attack, but next turn. Officer's very helpful with stacks that big. If I can just say so. Alright, we're going to bring 2 more direct fire weapons. Go after the electronics. I think you all survive. How much AA is in that? Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's drop all the air out. Sorry, I'd like to have that air help, but yeah, no. Nope. Let's throw a couple AA guns in just as fodder. Alright. Man, they are starting to ping my assault tanks and heavy tank killers. Look at that. Got into the yellow on my assault tank. Goodness gracious. And they retreated, of course, into the cyclotron. Alright, well, let's advance. Move everybody up. Well, maybe not this guy. Move everybody but this one. No. Let's only move the ones who still have movement. View into the electronics. Now what are we seeing? Yeah, nothing. Bioplant and a cyclotron. Cyclotron still takes energy. Oh, Singularity's in there. Bioplant takes energy. Sure, let's take the Cyclotron. That stack by itself should do it, but there was another. Yeah, let's move this AA unit in just as, again, suck up some damage. Should be a very easy fight. Oh no! That assault tank, man. Wow. I'm still going for it. Man, those heavy tank killers followed up by dervishes. That's a lovely, lovely combination. But I went for that cyclotron. Oh, there's nothing, that cyclotron. We can do this dervishes alone. Dervishes! Ay. Where's the Caliph when we need him? Of course, this ensures that our energy shortage continues. MSGS Unity. Is it still the original engine? It is still the original proprietary engine. It is. It has been upgraded quite a bit. So originally, back in the 90s, we did this in an environment called Wacom, Borland Debugger, and yeah, that's no longer around. So we had to first take it into Visual Studio. Now we've got it up for working Linux. It's been a lot to do, but it's been well worth the effort. All right. Dervish is heading this way. Let's build a militia in here. Guard my precious singularities. How many singularities did I take when I grabbed there? 37! Holy cow. At the current price of singularities, what was that worth? Singularities at 6,000, we found 37? Whew. That was a valuable conquest, yeah. Nice. All right, what are we doing up here? All right. Move you into here. I guess I was going to get ready and I'm going to raise this electronics, I guess. I know I'm waiting on a pickup from a boat so I can build a well out here. Let's go ahead and raise the electronics. We got... Sure. Let's raise it. No need to have a electronics factory on the South Pole. Okay. I want you to go. Let's put you in the cyclotron. Okay, you guys are waiting around for a pickup. You all are just going to sit here, ready to buy the farm next turn. Is there a factory where you can go? No, you're just going to sit here and heal up. All of you will sit here and heal up. Oh, that's right. We've got our Aragon healing bonus. So yeah, let's definitely just sit here. MSGS Unity, did that answer your question? Yes, it is the original proprietary engine, but significantly upgraded since then. BioWare, wow, we got a lot of biochems now. We can build, when we get the technology, we can build all sorts of mutant soldiers. Singularities. Garrisoning. Not sure where you were going, but let's send you on your way. Alright, so this troop is coming up to join the attack on that farm. We got a big force here already. Take all of you in, so that is 13 units already. Who else can join this attack? You're going to use that Portnow unit to... First of all, the artillery is going to sit here. The Portnow unit will exploit if need be. That means he's going to move up and capture folks who try to run away. I guess we'll put you on in. Go ahead and get that farm. Big fight, but we should have no problem, courtesy of the dervishes. The dervishes are taking some damage, though. Oh boy, we'll lose a couple units this fight. That's if I had an officer. Whoa, I'll use more than a couple units. Ouch, ouch, ouchie. Ouchie, ouchie. Didn't lose any of the dervishes, thankfully. Let's move that damage unit on in here, shall we? Alright, again, it's only dervishes with the movement, so I don't think I'm going to take this well this turn.
Unit spotted.
Yeah. Oh, the temptation! If only I had someone who can still bombard from orbit. Wait. Of course I still have options. I have my landers. I can fly as many troops I want over here. Alright. Not worrying about those AA guns. You're going to garrison. You're going up into space and into my star base. Submarine. Where do I want to move the submarine now? Is there anything left to scout? I bring the submarine here just to be really obnoxious about defeating the Alright, you're going to go into the transport. Yes. Get back over here. I know I told I'd come back to it. I'm coming back to it right now. Where is the best place for you to go? I guess we'll take you right there. And now my hydro electronics elector will be built. That's a good one. And in that well, we'll also build a militia legion. And a naval transport. Let's take you over here. Alright. See, I have these PTS guns who are not under the shields to protect all of those around there. That's what the AA does. The AI does as well. Alright, my little dervish who came out to scout. Do I feel comfortable attacking it? No, I want more reinforcements. I kind of got my... It did hurt. It did hurt when I took out that big stack they had there. Sorry, gotta get rid of a Twitch spammer. Okay. Let's see here. Tempted to move like my militia out of there and start building an officer. Yep. I want that officer corps so I can keep my noble. But I'm able to bring a second noble. But I'm low on nobles. Let's not lose any more nobles, shall we? Let's wait till we get some reinforcements. Why did I just, skip him. Alright, you will garrison there for now. What was I doing on Criticorum? Nice little starport there. Officer here. Nowhere I was building a well. Doubt I was building a well anywhere. No real good energy around. I've exploited most of the resources right around here. Was I planning on tearing up those chemical plants too? I don't think so. I have a church. Yeah, I got my church. Got my palace. Got my shield. Those are the three essentials on any planet. I'm sure I had a good reason. I'm going to move this one to here. I'm going to build a factory just so I got a factory on the water. I don't know if that's what I was planning on doing, but I'll do it. Should have written myself a note. It's the trouble when you only play this game once a week. Alright, so we've got this big old stack that I really want to take to Istakar, but I also want to use to take those ruins. So, let's start heading toward the ruins, shall we? A few turns away. Heck yeah, come down and pick up that that tracker and we can go do some more exploring. Alright, freighter over Tethys, land the freighter in the well. Pick up what was that relic? Yeah, the plague. We don't need that one on Byzantium Secundus. Let's pick up an anti-tank gun, pick up an artillery, and fly it to Byzantium Secundus. You're just sitting here as we wait for that transport. come around. Yep, you're coming around to pick those guys up. You're just going to sit there. Port now unit will join these folks, add its scouting expertise. I'm just going to sit there and heal. All of you guys who can move, go ahead one more. You all are, oh, wait. We want to take that well this turn. So we have those two heavy tank killers. We used up that officer's movement. Who else has movement? You guys. All right, that'll be enough. All right. So assault lander. Come down. Chunk chunk. Pick up that. Where was it? Shoot. Pretty sure it was right here, wasn't it? Nope. It was in my electronics. Land you in my electronics. Pick up 2 heavy tank killers. Dire wolves. Exit. Launch. Land. Come over here. Dump into there. Yes. I'm pretty tempted to just do it with this stack now. Is the Steam demo giving you guys telemetry on gameplay at all? I asked if I should show the AI my dirtiest tricks or not. LOL. We do not have any really good tracking stuff in there to see how people are playing the game. We just monitor the forums for that. We're getting no data back from the game. I know we should, but we don't. Again, old engines. We didn't do that kind of stuff back in the 90s, so we're not doing it now. What should we be tracking? Yeah, that's a good question for all of you. We are not tracking you in this game, but if we were tracking you, what should we be tracking? What kind of data should we be gathering? I would love to know. I would love to know. All right. Let's see. How many other... I've got 3 more assault landers, so that's perfect for those 6 other things. In that electronics? Yes, they are. They're in the second electronics. Let's get you. Notice I'm not doing the bulk callers. Not going to have them crash land this time. So, artillery. See, this one you see has 0 movement, so... Anti-tank, artillery. Oops. Anti-tank gun. Anti-tank gun. And there's that last one. Artillery and flak. Alright. So you 3 shoot up. You 3 land. Ta-da! You 3 unload. Everybody with movement. And that'll take the well. I should not lose any units now. In fact, I probably could have assaulted, but I shan't. Dire wolves are taking more damage than I thought they would. Ooh, we can capture something, but I bet nobody has the movement to capture. Oh, that is frustrating. That's the problem when you don't bring someone to exploit. Look at this. None of them. I need like 3 movement to grab this in the well. Who's got 3 movement to capture with? You do! Ha ha! That's hilarious. So now I do land the bulk caller. Blah. In the farm. Pick up my badly wounded dervishes. Shoot them back up into space. Land them. Dump them off in the well. And then my badly injured dervish pretends that they're not hurt and says, "Surrender unto me or else." And they say, "Oh yeah, we're surrendering." That's hilarious. Hey, Jucalo, welcome back. Don Snow, the eye is always watching. Yeah, talking about, I was asking questions about what info should we be tracking. We don't track info in this game, but what should we be tracking? Discovered the game while I was playing the pen and paper, so here I am. Yelena, very glad to hear. Love the Fading Suns tabletop. All of you out there, check out the Ulysses Spiel stuff. Who knows, maybe it'll be a resurgent after this game ships again. That's how it worked for us before. We launched the tabletop Fading Suns in 96, had a lot of great interest, was doing all right. Then 97, we launched Emperor of the Fading Suns, and again, interest peaked again. That was probably the height of Fading Suns' interest. A lot of good games all over the place. Then we released the live action rules. That helped with a lot of convention gaming. So yeah, the mid to late 90s, definitely the heyday of the tabletop. But Ulysses Spiel been doing good work with it. So check it out. They did very well with the Kickstarters. MSDS Unity. For myself, I consider my gameplay to be mediocre, so I wouldn't mind feeding a neural network my gameplay data to improve the AI. We appreciate that. Our AI, I'm sorry to say, does not do that. Neural networks, lovely things, not generative AI. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about real AI. Yeah, it's so funny. I've been an AI designer since the mid-90s. And what I've done and what I do has nothing to do with what people talk about AI now. Yeah, it would be neat to feed the AI with that, but we did not yet. We were definitely not that advanced in the mid-90s. Gary Oak, hi Andrew. Perhaps common hiding places for nobles and scepters. Very good idea. Yeah, where do people in multiplayer games stash their nobles and scepters? Yeah, that game of Whack-A-Scepter can be a pain. I agree. But it is a strategy. That's why the diplomacy aspect is so important in multiplayer. Andrew, that's a lot of effort for an anti-tank. Gary Oak asks, is there a way to improve the contrast between selected and unselected units? Not really. I mean, fiddle with, as I mentioned, there are a lot of new graphic controls in the EFS.ini file. But yeah, I agree. I mean, look at that. That's not much. And like with the Hazat, it's even harder to spot. So I appreciate the issues it has. You are completely right. That could have been handled much better and should have been handled much better. All right, one last holdout for the Hazat. How much are we getting from this well? Maximum of 16? We did all that for that? Oh, well. How much are we getting for this? Oh, yeah, 57 maximum. Right now, 26 out of it. All right. Well, we're definitely still suffering on the energy side, but it's not as bad. All right, so anyway, that dervish is done. That bell collar is not moving. No, I want to take a look at some things. Let's see. I'm sure it hasn't happened yet. I don't think that the AI are restocking. The League's restocking anymore. Now they've declared the Third Republic. But yeah, no energy there. And let's check Delphi for energy. Look at that blue mass. No energy on Delphi either. All right, still energy shortage. That is a problem. All right, my house. Very powerful my house is now. Still at war, good monies. A little bit of tithe skim still coming in. Doing all right with that. That's so funny. Hazard are down to one farm on Aragon, but you can see they've done a good job. Not Holy Terror, I'm sorry. They've taken Sutek. I'm tempted to go after them, but I think that will not be happening this game. Be nice to move my force from Byzantium Secundus and just take Sutek, but I think Byzantium Secundus is requiring the focus. All right. I think that's a good place to end the turn. Jason Sarton says, I've heard of players hiding their scepters in the most absurd places, including ships out at sea or trying to hide on a corner of a Vow planet. Yeah, you don't want to do it on a ship out at sea. I recommend against that. Because as soon as it is spotted, you from orbit, you are wiped out. And obviously the Vow corner can be a problem if you upset the Vow like I have. Alright, more technology. Space Destroyer. How are we doing on the Blade Master? Let's research more Blade Master. Peregrine Hover, anti-air. More Blade Master. Also, Peregrine. Blade Master. Peregrine. Blade Master. Yeah, folks have talked about other ways we could handle the research. Maybe you should have labs that are focused on physics and another lab be focused on other areas and so on. Not in this version of the game. Is that something you would have liked? That kind of more complex look at the technology? Different levels of labs, that kind of thing? Alright, Cadiz Dreadnought on Kish. That will be helpful. Glad Cruiser, why not? Assault Lander on Kish. Yay, I finally get my 2 little assault tanks out of here. So funny. I think Kish is pretty well defended at this point. Engineer on Kish, no idea what that engineer was doing. Engineer on Criticorum. No idea what that engineer was doing. Wow, I did a lot of engineers on Criticorum. What was I doing? Base Torpedo Bomber on Criticorum. Let's do another one just for fun. Officer Corps on Shaproot. Yay! Let's build a dervish. Not a dervish. Cracker. Engineer on Shaproot. I think we'll keep building engineers on Shaproot. A lot more planet to exploit. Assault tank on Ravenna. Can we build another assault tank? No, that's already your assault tank. So I think we're good on building on Ravenna as long as that plague is still operating. Militia Legion on Aragon. Militia Legion on Aragon. Saltlander on Aragon. Yeah, let's keep doing that. We got a lot of troops to get off of this planet. Whoa! Rebellion on Aragon. Down here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I bet it's a religious thing again. Wow, there's a lot of rebellion on Aragon. 12,620 more in taxes. Pay reduce. Scale. Plague. Where did they attack me? Oh, that's right! They took out my mega tank with one shot on Shaproot. Holy cow. That was a big mistake. I moved that big stack towards the ruin, completely forgot that I still have al-Malik in orbit. We're going to lose a bunch of stuff. That was stupid of me. We need to get them under the shield. Dum-da-dum-dum. Dum-da-dum-dum. We're losing a lot of good units from my stupidity. Yeah, and here's that stealth ship that I jumped to Malignatius. Wow, look at the size of that fleet. Yes, Val, but I will still control. House Ducados is too powerful. Thank you, Lazarus. Healing bonus on Aragon. And now the energy shortage. Not as bad as before. Food bonus. Rebellion theft. They stole some of my resources to build rebel units on Aragon. Alright, the bribe from the Ducados continues. So we've taken a look at Holy Terra. Let's take a look over at Artemis. Artemis is actually a tasty planet to explore when you get a chance to. Alright, Byzantium Secundus. We have got this nice bombardment force now. What are we looking at on the planet now? Let's move that dervish out again and take a look, see what's changed. We can take that fort. We're going to bomb the heck out of that fort. Let's do that. We didn't do anything to the PTS gun. Oh, come on. That's because he's in a fort. That's the problem. PTS guns in forts are very tough to defeat. The Hazat aren't finished yet, says EBM. EBM, the al-Malik has certainly cornered the galactic economy. You saw how much money they have. Yeah, that's obviously... Mammonism. Now we know what heresy they are suffering from. You're absolutely right. Clearly Mammonists. Some of the flyers will get you nearly a full planet map of recon with only a couple of turns. Hiding on a ship is not ideal. MSTS Unity. Exactly. Exactly. Drop an atmosphere fighter. You can keep it in an assault lander to keep it fueled up. Assault landers can act as carriers and just explore a planet. You'll find out where that ship is very quickly. Alright. Let's see here. We've got these two stacks. I want to take out this stack of al-Malik. They bother me. You bother me. You bother me over there. We don't have an officer. That's a problem. Like I said, artillery used to be a lot better against spies. They got a bunch of power legions and spies. That's going to be a surprisingly tough stack. Oh, I don't have enough movement to take it anyway. Oh, that's right. I saw this road and thought I had roads everywhere, and I don't. So yeah, not attacking this turn anyway. But we are landing these guys. Thank goodness for armored freighters. That caffeine is obviously not doing enough value to me. Move you up there. You know what? I'm retreating my dervishes. I just realized I don't have that blocked off. I don't want to split my stack so much. They could come in and take my noble if I'm not careful. So I'm going to retreat the dervishes back into the fort. Bring this militia back into the fort. Thank you. And take these freighters on back to Tethys to pick up more reinforcements for Byzantium Secundus. I've got to take out that last PTS gun. Alright, I don't have enough to take this anyway, so next turn. At least I've separated this stack from that one. He does not have enough strength to attack me and get through to that fort. So he can't reinforce that fort right now except by bringing in. You know what? Holy cow. I'm really tempted. Bring those dervishes back. Oh my goodness. Look what I'm gonna do. Call me crazy, and this is a stupid move, but it's really fun. This is gonna be really fun. See, it's only gonna cost 1 to attack that fort. It takes 2 movement, so I can't use my artillery and all that there. But here, my noble can lead them into victory against the al-Malik embassy and kill that al-Malik noble. I'm risking my noble with this. But I got Alexius on his way, so let's find out what happens. Whoa, that is a bigger stack than I thought. That was dumb. Those are all going to be spies. Yes, they are. I'm losing my noble. Oh. I was more afraid of that nobles. Look at that. My dervishes and power legions are doing what they're supposed to, bodyguarding the noble. Lost my special forces, but they did exactly what they had to do. Look at that. Woohoo! I am very happy with that fight. Very happy with that fight. Look at that. Ah! I just got an achievement. I hadn't gotten Kill a Noble on Byzantium Secundus. I don't know if you all saw that pop up. Won't that piss off the garrison, says Latar. Talking about my attack on that garrison? It certainly did. Yay! Hazat Noble. Look at that. But now you know what's happening? Hazat, well, you can't retreat, but you guys can. I don't know if I want to retreat these guys now. I'm just going to retreat the noble. Now I've blocked off this area. Look at that. Pretty sure that these guys, that the al-Malik have nothing over here. That would have been nice. Oh no, because there's only 2 away. My dervishes would have spotted it from in here. Look at that. Alright, I am going to move the power legions back because they need to heal in the fort. But all the rest of these, nicely done. Nicely done. That was a lot of fun. The noble taking the risk, and really that noble bonus made a big difference because it was noble versus noble. Nice! And now the al-Malik have no vote unless they bring another noble here. I don't think they have, I've got them blockaded. They're not going to be able to. Nice! Well, they could run the blockade. That's true. They might. They might run the blockade. We'll see. They know they need a noble here. We'll see what happens. All right. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Quite cool. Quite cool. Nice. Now we got a second place to land troops from off planet. Not ready to yet, but hey. Oh no. Oh no. al-Malik carrier with fighters, no doubt. But I got a huge force, so I'm not too worried about it. But that is still interesting. All right, should I take care of this fight over Stigmata? I don't want to bring any reinforcements to it. Oh, I meant to bring the Shaproot, of course, because that's where they're killing me. All right, we need to take out that and then jump to Shaproot with a bunch of these guys. We need to split our force. Hate to do that, but we need to. All of you against the carrier. Oh, he did not have fighters. He was just carrying cargo. Huh. Alright, I'm going to leave one dreadnought behind and bring that other force to Shaproot. What I should have done last turn. You're going to sit here. Protection. I'm hoping I can bring all of you folks Istakar. All right, here over Istakar is where the interesting things happen. Again, we are going to scout via orbital bombardment. Let's see how many PTS guns are around the mine now. Still keep missing that fighter. That's got a lot of agility and has an officer agility bonus in there too. That stack is... Oh, but no PTS guns around there. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. He has reinforced that in a big way. Holy cow, a battleship? I love my stack, but it ain't taking that. Holy cow. Gunships. Are those assault tanks? No, they're Wolfens. All right. Just regular medium tanks. But there's a battleship in there. Holy cow. Wow. Wow, I should have just landed my Rangers as a scout group. Alright, let's try something. I don't think you're going to do well, but I'm going to try it. Now that we spotted everything, we'll have a better chance of hitting stuff. Not enough. But taking out the gunships is a big help. If we don't have any real AA in this group. Right with the last. Drop you out of it. Yeah, still a battleship there, though. That's much more attackable, I'll have to admit. But that battleship. Look at that armor. It has no side defense, though. I think I can side attack it with the dervishes. The indirect is insane. Got 2 dervishes, 2 rangers, an artillery, and an anti-tank gun. To take out 5 spies with an officer bonus, anti-tank gun, 2 tornadoes, a damaged medium tank, and a battleship. Surprise battleship in a mine. They knew I was coming. I have time to revive landing site. Don't spies have assassination ability? How'd that noble live? Good question, Jukalo. So, it is the rank question. So Jukelo, I wish I'd seen this question earlier, was asking about the fight back on Byzantium Secundus. So I had my noble, I had the dervishes. So what you'll see is that dervishes are rank 7. The assassination ability for the spies is that they can hit rank 6 and behind. Otherwise, you're going through the ranks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you got to get through them before you get to the back ranks of units. The noble is on rank 8. Power legions are rank 4. So normally the spies would have to kill those power legions before you get to the noble. Or normally a unit would have to kill the power legions to get to the noble. A spy bypasses the power legions and goes after the stuff that are ranked 6 or behind, like the PTS weapons, which are 7. The noble's 8. But I had all those dervishes, and they were soaking up the attacks from the spies. And that's specifically why I had those dervishes there. Was to soak up their attacks. And dervishes are much more survivable than that noble against spies. That's how it survived. So, Jukula, let me know if that explained it to you. And I'm a boat and I'm digging a hole. It's a mining battleship. No, they saw where I was coming from because last turn that was nearly empty. I checked. There was nothing there, and they moved up everything in there. Now they figured out that's where I'm coming. On Istakar, that I was coming for that mine. They have moved their stuff around very intelligently. So here's the funny thing. There is a way for me to win this fight, but it's a very risky way. And that's to drop that officer and those relics down here. And I'm actually going to do that. So have I done all my bombarding? I'm actually maximizing my officer and relic bonuses. See, I've done all the bombardments, and now I'm going to use them again on a land attack. So here we come. Yep, I've chosen to place out. Oh, it took a lot of damage. Look, you don't like doing that with that bulk hauler. There's a PTS gun I came down with as well. I would have been wiped out. Alright, so now we have this stack going after the battleship. So I'm going to take some damage, but let's see what happens. Did I... What happened? Who? What? Hey, oh, I did take out the battleship. Woohoo! That went even better than I expected. They must all be elite. Well, except for that guy, except for those two. Yeah, elite rangers, elite dervishes, and those holy relics. That's what did it. Nice. Mine is mine. Let's build us a... AA. We don't have any AA. Let's build an anti-aircraft unit. Yeah. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to be even sneakier. So I'm not... I could attack. Nah. I really don't have the movement. I want to keep them in mind and heal everybody up. But I am going to move these relics back into space. Put them back on the bulk hauler. Shoot all of these units up into space. I'm going to take a risk here. I'm moving the armored bulk hauler to Stigmata, where I just moved a lot of our ships away from to go to Shaproot. So if the al-Malik have a bunch of spaceships hidden on this planet, I could be in big trouble. I'll just gotta have a one dreadnought to defend me here. So this is risky. Too many units in destination. You're right. Oh, armored bulk hauler staying here. Just the transports. Just these guys. Alright. So. I've dropped my officer on the planet, so I'm no longer getting the officer bonus up there. Up here on Stigmata, all of the... Wait, no, that's right. All of these can move. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to move this bulk hauler. Lamp of Knowledge, Church Diplomacy bonus, Tornado. Stack camo bonus. I brought the wrong one. That's stack camo bonus. This is the one that's supposed to be. That's the one I wanted on Istakar. Oops. Communications mistake. Get you moving to Istakar, please. Get this one. Move that tornado onto one of these assault landers. I'm going to move that bulk hauler with all these relics, these two relics, over to Shaproot. I'm going to easily survive this fight. And you two are my next group of reinforcements on Istakar. Alright. Alright, Kish, Alon, scouting, Criticorum. That is Alexius himself heading to Byzantium Secundus. All of these are waiting over Criticorum. Good little defensive group. You are staying over Istakar, damaged, and I hope healing. Starbase over Delphi, or Pentateuch. That's the Pentateuch one. Ravenna Garrison. Tethys. I've got an armored freighter over Tethys to go do something. All right, well, let's come back to that one. Yeah, so we'll get those last troops off Tethys. All right, yeah, so all these troops are moving. That's right, the well is where everybody is. So, let's grab this armored freighter, drop it in the well, load up. Guess another anti-tank gun and artillery. Shoot up into space, bring it to Byzantium Secundus. You are healing. Moving. You are moving. You all are waiting. You are moving. You are moving. You are moving. And you are moving. My 6 recently found. Hish Starport built another one. That's good. Not taking it to Malignatius. I'm remembering that this time. Made that mistake twice. Not making it this time. Jukulo, I never noticed a dervish to the rank 7. Makes sense. Jukulo, dervishes are normally my I'm out of electronics and Thram steel. Let's spend chemical unit. Yeah, the armored units obviously have a big place over the dervishes. Jason Sarton says, for me, dervishes are my I don't have Zil War Beasts yet unit. I don't have Zil War Beasts yet, and I should. You are absolutely right. Anyway, Dreadnought to Criticorum. Saltlander picking up 2 assault tanks. The assault special. To add assault to injury. Not to Malignatius. We've learned that. What world was I doing with you? Probably energy. Oh my goodness, yes, energy. Holy camoli. Back to Kish. Holy camoli, energy. Build city. Well, well, well. Alright. So, did you have energy somewhere? You're probably going to get picked up by that. Was probably the plan. Yeah, do some offshore energy mining. Not a bad idea, though, to build a road first. Hey, wait a minute. Almost! Almost! Look at that! There's a good place out here to build energy. Straight ahead. Build city well. That might be the well that breaks even for me. Let's see. Now I'm going to move him back here and wait for this engineer to come around. Oh, there's that engineer. Now let's finish the well and then, the road. Alright, getting that road going. Again, what the heck was I doing with these Criticorum? I guess moving on to the transport. Harvest energy at sea. That's the plan now. You up, put you on a starbase. All of those are nice picket force. All right, Aragon. Not sure what I'm doing with this one yet. We'll come back to it. Bombarding. We know what we're bombarding this time. The one place they're left. All Alright, we're actually going to stop them bombarding there because we don't need dreadnoughts over here anymore, do we? So they are going to join the Byzantium Secundus Fourth. Now these two can still do another bombardment over Aragon. Let's do that. That was not helpful. Okay, still Criticorum, officer in the palace. We'll leave him there for pickup later. Put him in the starport. Alright, you guys are going to sit in that mine and heal. No idea what you were doing unless you were... Oh yeah, we do know what you were doing. You were getting rid of my chemical plants. Watch, now I'm going to have a shortage of chemicals next turn. Nah, I've still got 6,000. A long time for I have a shortage of chemicals. You all need to get under cover. I hate that I lost a mega tank. Might lose that violator now because he can't get under cover yet. Bosh. Bosh and bother. My foolishness. Hate I'll lose that violator. Great unit. Anyway, where was I going to put the... Well, right here. Yeah, we should actually be energy positive again. That'll be good. Yeah, so how many of you have built Zil War Beasts in this game? Yeah, they are very nice. Very nice. Alright, heading up toward that ruins. Yeah, just go straight into the mountains. Oh, alien ruins. Nice. You notice I'm not worrying about getting the infantry under shields. They can't be bombarded. Alright, what was I doing? Oh yeah, you're coming down here to build. Yep. Some gem mining going on. All of you sitting there on Shaproot. I should have kept building that road. That's what I should have done. Yeah, not worry about them this turn. They get attacked, they get attacked. Energy! Energy! 50 energy. Let's go there. Orders. Build city. Well. Build. Yes. So build a militia in there. Yeah, we're definitely at least break even now. Not maybe finally getting a little bit of energy again. MSGS Unity says, in one run it was nearly my only combat unit, aside from some air units. It can do pretty well. Very expensive, though. Jucolo, if you had one, you wouldn't have had to mobilize a whole hauler to capture 2 anti-tank. Yeah. But it was fun. Alright. We're definitely uncovering a whole lot of energy. Now that we are break even with it. And look at that. Going to that energy area. Yep. At least break even. We made a focus on building alternative energy sources, and it has paid off. We got rid of our dependence on that cartel of the League, keeping us dependent on their energy, and now we've become self-sufficient by going through alternative energy sources. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Oh yeah, that's why I landed him, because they were up there. Let's now put him in with this stack. and help with that fight when it comes. All of you can stay under that shield. All right, now we're back to Ravenna, waiting on naval transport to arrive. All of you getting that mine, getting ready to attack those ruins in the near future. Good group of forces on their way. Taking a while, but they'll get there. Troops on the move. Yep. Keeping you in there and healing. Yeah, you might just leave a bunch of these troops in the 6 PTS guns slowly moving along the planet. That's funny. Alright, engineer. Do I still need to take out chemical factories? Sure, let's take out some more chemical factories. Just to be sure. I won't have to do that anymore after this turn. Wow, some actual leftover chemicals for a change. Alright. Finally, the fight everyone's been waiting for. Well, not this one. Building all these troops for that one last farm. How bad's his AA? Oh my goodness. Yeah, not bringing those air units to this fight. Not bringing the air units. You know what? I'm actually going to move them over here. And build a bulk hauler. They're going to wait on the bulk hauler. Alright, that lovely stack of units. Good force already, 14. AA to protect my singularities. Everyone on the transport. Where's the best place for energy? Right where I am. Nice. Yeah, we should definitely have a nice energy surplus. Oh, I forgot to build a road there. Oh well. Now we can go looking around for... Oh yeah, over to there. Forgot about that. Okay. Whole planet is taken. Not yet, not yet. Still got to get over here. We still have space for what? 6 more units. So, what's our best units over here? Oh yeah, the dire wolves. Load those dire wolves in. Definitely load those dire wolves. A couple more dervishes. Alright. Dire wolves, dervishes. Up. Down. Unload. Drop them. Buy the farm. We shouldn't take any damage with this one. That officer should make all the... Ooh, as I say that, immediately the tank takes some damage. Now I was thinking that officer would make all the difference on this, but our paint jobs are still getting scratched. But nobody went below green. Alright, Aragon. Completely brought to show true mastery. Excellent. Alright, so... let's start getting these units off planet, shall we? Actually, there's one more ruin here, isn't there? But we're so close. Dire wolves on Byzantium Secundus. I don't think I've ever had dire wolves fighting on Byzantium Secundus. The great PTS gun migration, says EBM. My 6 PTS gun slowly moving along the planet. Yes, yes. All right. Alright, well, we'll take some of you. I don't know, I'm feeling pretty confident now on Byzantium Secundus after having taken their embassy. I might want to move against the Azat just to be safe. But I'm pretty good there. I might go after this ruin. I've been wanting it all this time. Uh-oh, that's what I meant to do. I completely forgot that we had a revolution going on here on Aragon. Azat sympathizers on the move. All right, so that's what we're dealing with here. That needs to happen first. All right. Oh, and alien ruins too. I forgot about that. Okay, so Dervish again. Dervish again. I'm going to put a flak just to be certain. And then artillery. Take this. Drop it. Here. I think we want to block them here. They're probably going to conquer that electronics, but that's all right. Okay. We're not seeing much more. This might be the way to go. Just go ahead and attack with these units. That's right. We still have all this. Oh yeah, our new captured units. Let's load up the bulk hauler. Take that over there too. Yep. That up, land it here. Try this. Let's see. Deal with this rebellion swiftly. Tempted to assault. Let's see what happens if we assault it. Nice. All right. Well, we took care of that rebellion. Up, 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 up. I'm not paying attention, am I? Look at that. Look at that. Nobody's got enough movement. I should have split my group. So have anybody else up here with the transportability? Kind of. Star bases can be used for transport, but used up all their movement too. I've got one more bulk hauler. Good deal. That's all I needed. Let me see something. Where are they? Are they all in the well? Nope. They're all right there. Wait, they're all in the farm I just took. Everybody here have a lot of movement left? Yeah. Got an officer. And a couple of dervishes. Them in there. Drop the bulk hauler. Load up the bulk hauler. Yeah, we had a couple of rebellions, didn't we? Drop it off of the farm. Huh. Alright. Looks like we're in good shape. Yup. I don't see any more rebellions happening around here. That was important. I'd forgotten about it. Need to write those things down in the future. Alright. Back up. I want to shoot it into orbit. Do I have enough space? I guess I might. I don't think I got enough room and space for all of these units, though. So this will lift off next turn. Yep, too many units in destination. So next turn. Putting folks in the well, just so I'll remember to take them all out at some point. Well, my submarine didn't get over to the attack on the farm in time. Oh, wait a minute, I got all this stuff down here still to explore. Let's go take a look. Reinforcements will come to you. Moving around. Aha! All right, I did have another transport. Down to that. Well, I've been loading up. Take it back up next turn. Again, space is crowded. All right, we don't need to be tearing up those ceram steel anymore. Goodness, there's no place to harvest up here anymore. Look at this. Everything's being harvested. Probably good stuff to harvest over there. Yeah. Put my engineer over here and eventually get picked up and maybe put next to Alien Ruin. Make it a staging ground for the attack on it. Okay, all of you into the farm. Get you picked up next turn. Not yet. What other things that I want to do? I think I've checked for energy and seen that that's not coming anytime soon. Yup. I don't know, I think we're in pretty good shape. How are we doing on money? Yeah, pretty good. Look at all that al-Malik money. Oh my gosh. Compared to me and money, I got so many units too. Istakar is going to be an interesting fight. This is, of course, what tells the story. Well, that and the fact that their noble on Byzantium Secundus is now dead. Well, interesting stuff. What do I need to write myself in a note this time, everybody? Remember my favorite thing, writing myself notes in single player. Okay, let's see. Alexius to B2. Sounds like a chess move, but he's going to Byzantium Secundus. Aragon we've taken. Istakar. Oh. Imperial fleet over Shaproot. Yep. Malignatius. The symbiotes over Malignatius. Let's see. What else? Ruins on Aragon. Ruins on Ravenna. Let's see. I think that's it. Alright. What office does al-Malik hold? Due to their treachery and obvious bribery, they've maintained control over the Stigmata garrison and the Imperial fleet. Yeah, that was a bug in the old GOG version that has since been fixed, but because those old GOG saves still work. Remember, part of the reason I'm doing these streams are to test that the old saves still work with this game. That one bug did last over, but you won't be finding it in the Steam build, and you can only have one office per house. But yes, right now the al-Malik control both the Imperial fleet and the Stigmata garrison. Alexius to B2, checkmate. Exactly, EBM. Alright, sending that. Alright, I think we're in good shape. That was fun. Friday. I will be streaming on Friday when we go live. Maybe I'll try and sneak in another stream during the week, but definitely on Friday. Definitely would like to become Emperor on Friday. Alright, let's do something very important. File. Save as. Alexius livestream. Okay, yes, I'm sure I want to overwrite it. And just to be sure, I'm actually going to look in my documents, Emperor of the Fading Sun saves. And 3:30:25 at 5 p.m. Eastern is when it was last saved, so perfect. All right, everyone, thanks for joining. Much fun, even if I had to redo a turn. But, yeah, always save. Save frequently, save early and often. Never forget that. That's where the money is coming from, I guess. Stigmata is a lot of cities, exactly. But did you see what they got on Instacar? I mean, they have been building. And, I mean, take it for granted that they're... Look at this. Look at that. Oh, here. They're everywhere on that planet. But yes, look at that concentration. But you are absolutely right. Stigmata is, if you do it correctly, is a good money source. It is, if you're, of all the offices, if you're short on money, take the Stigmata garrison. You can't disband their units, but you've got a lot of cities and you can build like mad here, which you can't do with the Imperial Eye too well because you're building on other people's planets. Oh, hello! The Vow are on Stigmata. I did not check that out before. I'm not going to crash land a dreadnought to find out what's going on. But wow, the Vow are on Stigmata. What is going on here? I need to bring an assault lander down to take a look. We got two up there. We got one up there with a tornado. We're landing that one next turn to see what's going on. I'm tempted to end this turn and go into it, but no. All right, I'm done. That was pretty good. Thanks, Jucolo. Thanks for joining us. EBM, thanks for bringing light back to the known worlds. That is the Alexius redemption arc. EBM, impressive indeed. Thank you all for joining. I will see you next time. Take care.